if you were to give it a rating out of 10, what would you... Now, really think about it. I mean, I know it's easy to just say 1 out of 10, but really think about it. What would you give that?
For what it was, for it being a horror movie that made me laugh a lot, I would probably have to say 2.5, maybe 3.
Really? You would go up to a 3?
Maybe a 3, but that's just because I laughed so much at how ridiculous it was. Because right from the start, when you see the fairy tale where that stupid guy's in his felt costume with that stupid hat on, running from these people.
That's the high point of the movie.
Yeah.
It kind of just tumbles downward from there.
And so right then I knew this is going to be pretty hilarious. And it was funny. It made me laugh more than some comedy movies that made me laugh. So I'd say 2.5, maybe a 3.
I think I would give it a 2, maybe a 2.5. I'll go and say 2, just because it had an actual plot structure.
Yes.
Which
didn't make any sense.
It didn't make a lot of sense, but there was an overall structure. They know they're going to go to this town. There's the foreshadowing that it's going to be something evil there.
They foreshadowed a lot, because like with the skateboard, they foreshadowed that it's going to roll down that chute, and that's going to be what gives them away.
There's resolution at the end. There's a little cliffhanger ending. There's some semblance of a plot where I would give it a 2. I would give it a 1 if it didn't have at least some plot element, but.
Even then, with the plot, it doesn't make sense, because the dad's like, well, we have farming in our blood, so we're going to go to this farming town. But then they never talk about that.
There's no farming.
They get there, and from the start, it's just they're getting killed by goblins.
I think, thinking of this movie on the whole, my biggest concern is the fact that, end of the movie, this child's mental health is never addressed.
It's eroded the entire movie too. It didn't start out at a high point, and it's just gotten worse from there.
The world is not established to be a place where seeing hallucinations of your grandpa is a normal thing.
Yeah.
And that's like a major element of the plot, but it's never really explained. Besides, he's traumatized by his grandpa's recent death. His grandpa giving him Molotov cocktails, and it's never addressed.
Yeah, and when they talk about his grandpa dying, the mother's like, he died 6 months ago. We've all had trouble with it. Blah, blah, blah. She doesn't talk to him specifically. She's just like brushing it all off that it's just nothing because he's a child. But yeah, his grandfather, his dead grandfather, is giving him Molotov cocktails and bologna sandwiches and telling him to kill people. It's pretty terrible.
So, all in all, Troll 2, I would not recommend that you see this. It is a god-awful movie.
Unless because even then, you can do so much more with the time you have rather than watch this movie.
It was time wasted, for sure.
Very much so.